Hello, what's going on?
Nothing much. How are you today?
Good. Busy but good, so I can't complain too much.
Background a little bit because they had a celebration. So I figured we
I
celebrate.
know, 9 days too.
I know.
But the thing is, it's 9 days with no alcohol though.
Well, since you and I are not of the faith, we could probably bring a flask.
Well, yeah, but I just like when they say like, oh, it's like gonna be a celebration. It's 9 days. The three guys. I'm like, that's kind of cool. And then when the dad invited Brian to have wine, the mom was like, oh no, you can't drink. I'm like, what?
Oh, she was pulling his leg. Because they all know Brian don't know nothing about Indian culture.
She was serious though. The dad was like, oh, like he's like, why did you invite me for a drink? He's like, I forgot. Your mom just reminded me. She's like, yes. I was like, oh, mama ain't playing.
Okay, so guys, thank you for joining us again. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Giving us that thumbs up really pushes our content out into the YouTube world. And more like-minded people will come and join us for our little chat sessions. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Most importantly, tell a friend. All right, on the docket today, we have Family Karma Season 2, Episode 3, So You Think You Can Garba. And we find out that Garba is the dance that they do at the Navratri celebration, the 9-day thing. I was just more interested in the food, honestly. If a festival is going to go on for 9 days, there better be a lot of good food. Okay, so going back to that opening scene with Brian. All right, so when old Monica comes over and she brings the Taco Bell for them to eat.
Right, I was here for the Taco Bell too.
And I'm not a Taco Bell person. If you cannot confirm to me that that is actually meat,
don't pay attention to that.
No, that's okay. Pay attention, because I still don't have a definition for pink stuff.
Oh, we don't have that out here though.
Taco Bell?
No, we do, but pink stuff. What do you mean pink stuff?
That's what they use instead of actual meat.
Oh yeah, but it's fine.
No, it's not.
It's okay. but remember, Subway wasn't using tuna in the tuna sandwiches, so.
And remember, I don't go to Subway neither.
That is true.
If we can't identify what's in the food, we don't go there. Okay, let's get back to these two, old Monica and Brian. What was Brian trying to do by asking her, like, do you think, anyone has any concerns about what we had last time? And she was like, well, we didn't have anything last time. Why Brian still sniffing after Monica, old Monica 1?
Because that's who he really wants to be with. And thank you, Montana. Thank you.
What?
Love Taco Bell.
Okay.
Mexican pizza, and the cinnamon twist all day. And the Mountain Dew. Don't play with me.
What's a Mexican pizza?
It's really no. They make a little Mexican pizza. It has like a bottom layer. It's like a tostada shell. Then you put the cheese and the meat, and then you put another layer. You put another tostada shell on top of it, and then you put some layer of cheese. This is the old school way. Same thing. It's just like 2 or 3 layers of the same thing, and they chop it up like a pizza.
Okay. There's a rumor in Brazil that McDonald's meat is
made of
worms.
Oh.
I wouldn't be surprised. Because the McDonald's that was in Barbados was nasty, overpriced, and it shut down in less than 6 months. Nobody went.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hold up. Yanni got some news. Did you all hear that old Monica's dating for 2 years? Oh.
It seemed like he said that she was dating a whole lot longer than him. He was only 6 months and she was like a year and a half.
Something like that, yeah.
But wouldn't that make that she was dating, what's his name, Rish, when they was filming the last time?
Right. No, Family Karma's been off for longer. They were like in the Shahs of Sunset area. of not filming. Remember, their filming was pushed back.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's why their season was actually pushed back. So they might have started dating right at the end of the first season.
Oh, so maybe that's why she wasn't interested in Brian because
Mhm.
Reese was in the
Right.
background, but just not
Mhm.
on the show.
Exactly.
Oh, Yanni said it was during last season.
It could have been towards the last season where like remember they were trying to work it out and then she kind of lost interest as he was gaining interest. Remember?
I thought she was just like being a little cock tease with him. I don't think she was ever
I thought
interested in Brian.
I thought like at one time she was interested and then he wasn't ready and now they remember they were hanging out
But
and he
that
was
was
really
before it started.
right, her
Yeah,
infatuation. Remember that was before,
yeah.
but he wasn't interested. He wasn't ready. But then remember on the season, he was like chasing her and everything. And she was like, "No, we're friends. We're
Mhm.
cool." Now we know why
Mhm.
you were. Now we know why you was not
Yep.
really trying to be with him like that no more. After
Now it
chasing him for
makes
some,
sense.
now it makes sense. We kind of
Now it
see.
makes
We
sense.
see
But
you.
he's still sniffing around it though. Let's
Hmm.
just call like he's never gonna give up those dirty little ways. Never.
No,
But I don't want to see Dr. Monica get hurt because of it.
I like Dr. Monica.
Yeah, I think he should like don't bring that up no more. You
Mm-mm.
let one go, don't bring it up no more.
Yeah. Y'all are friends. It's cool. Y'all were different people. Let each. My thing with them, they need to let each other date and really date.
Mm-hmm.
You
And stop
know.
making it feel so awkward because it doesn't have to be awkward because you never had anything with old Monica,
Mhm.
you know? And you're the only one who keeps on bringing it up. She never does.
Never.
Oof.
We haven't we've only seen Reach once, but we've seen Dr. Monica a few times, even if it's just by
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah. Like,
Selena got something going on. Selena
yep.
says Dr. Monica is probably not happy. Nope.
I would agree with that too.
It's
Because,
but it has nothing to do with old Monica. It's the way he acts towards old Monica.
yeah, that I thought that question was inappropriate. I just thought it was. You were trying to be cute, but it was downright inappropriate.
Mhm.
Nobody's thinking about you like that, Brian. And you
No.
keep it up, Dr. Monica won't be thinking about you like that either.
And you made a confession. His mama said, "Don't mess it up. Quit playing."
A doctor. He got a doctor.
He got a doctor. I'm like, for real?
Well, it's always the sluts that get the good ones.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we on to next?
Okay. All right, let's get to Miss Bali. All right. So remember Vishal was like really worried about this whole thing with him getting spread around the auntie grapevine.
Right.
Well, it turns out it's his mama that's getting spread around the auntie grapevine. Compliments of Bali. Like, how many calls does she make in like a 30-second clip? She was just calling everybody and talking about Auntie Risma and how she walked out of the Patel's happy hour.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. I feel bad for Risma, but you saw how she treated the whole situation with I finally got the Patel mom's name.
Mm-hmm.
Kalpna. I know I'm saying it wrong. Kalpna. That's as close as I'm gonna get to it. Right after it happened, the Patel mom, I think, either called her or texted her, and she kind of ignored it, and she let a few days go
Mm-hmm.
by. I'm thinking, okay, she's trying to simmer down, she's trying to
Mm-hmm.
process, or probably trying to come up with a way to make an excuse. I suddenly had like the sharts, and I had to go or something. She finally takes this woman's text and call, and she does what Vishal said that they do from last season.
Mm-hmm.
Sweeps it up. Nothing's wrong. It's okay. No, we're fine. We're fine. Nothing about that call said to me, nothing's wrong. We're fine.
Right. And that's the thing. You can't sweep things under the rug. But I do like Rishma saying like, you know what, it takes me a little longer, and I own it.
Mhm.
And so I did like that from her. She's like, it takes me a minute. Other people can get over things. It just takes me a minute. So I was okay with her acknowledging that. I was
Yeah.
really I was really happy about that. That she's doing her best. Because
Mhm.
her son has been like dragged for the last year, and I get it. As a mom, you want to protect your child, but then again, you know that he needs to stand on his own and defend himself. That's what she said. The kids need to handle it.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, and I think in that essence, I think she's right. And thanks, Yanni. I am going to stick to Patel Mom because her name, I cannot roll my tongue around it at all. But since it is about the kids, and basically, I feel like Lopa's whole argument is that he's not grown up enough to stand on his own 2 feet and be a man to take care of her child. It's bad enough that Vishal works for her. Um, Now he's trying to save this relationship.
Hmm.
She can't charge in there and help him. Then she'll be, making everything Lopa say is right.
Yes,
So she's taken the hands-off approach, but it just came across to me as like she was trying to ignore the whole situation of
correct,
her reaction, you
correct.
know. But maybe she should go to therapy with Vishal and try to help with that. I don't know. I agree with okay, well, nor will I get beat up. Oh, okay. Nobody's gonna beat you up, Yanni. Don't get involved. Don't get involved. Um, Wait, why you think that Patel mom is a biatch? Hey, Ablavi. Welcome back, Susan. Hi, everybody in the chat. Why you think she's a bitch? I didn't like. Yeah, but Lopa is a biatch. Let's just call a thing a thing. I think what has happened to her in her life has shaped her and how she sees the world.
Hmm.
And there's nothing wrong in wanting the best for her daughter. Not a thing. But when your hurts are now stopping your child from seeking happiness, I just got to say, whoa. That's it. Let's see. Oh, what did you think? What did you think? Wait, hold on. Before we go to Risha and Amrit meeting for coffee, what did you think about what Vishal told his parents was the reason why he wasn't like him and Risha were on the outs?
I didn't like that because he was trying to blame her and just saying like, "Oh, she's just mad at me because I go out."
But
Was
she
that
knew that.
right? Was it me? I thought I was like that was the lamest excuse I've
Mm-hmm.
ever heard. No, that's not what it is. Like Risha may be tough and like a little bit annoying in that way, but I don't mind it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not gonna just say like she's mad at me for going out with my friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the thing is, like, I don't understand why they've been together for 9 years and there still hasn't been any movement in their relationship. Yeah, they got engaged, but to me, that didn't even seem like a real move forward. And then she gave back the ring. You're living in two separate cities. Um, it just doesn't seem like any progress is being made. And
And this
yes, you do
is
act like a childish bobblehead.
this is why she's frustrated because he's very complacent. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's no like really look at how he. I know we only see a part of it, but we
Mm-hmm.
can only go by what we see. But if you really look at him, he shows no initiative in anything.
No,
Like
no,
if
he doesn't.
if he wasn't working for his family, where would he be working? That's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Would he have a job without his parents? And that's
Exactly.
not being mean. That's just being upfront and honest with the situation because the way he's acting towards her, I didn't like the fact that he was trying to make her seem like, oh, um, I'm going out with my like you're mad at me because I go out with my friends, and I'm only going out with my friends because you ignore me.
Mm-hmm.
I did not like that. You
I
don't do
didn't
that.
either. And here's the sad thing, right? He's in real estate. How does he not have his own home yet since he's engaged to this girl and say,
Oh,
like, I bought the home for us when we get married?
oh,
How is that?
it's because it's commercial real estate. That's why his family does commercial real estate.
They do
So,
commercial real estate, but again, when he finally sits down with Risha,
hmm
based on the Indians that I know,
hmm
like I don't understand how she's still with him. He made
because
no progress in finding them a marital home. He hasn't said anything about the wedding and moving on the date. If you really want to join these families together and have Risha with you, you would have been on that. And he hasn't. So it
but
really makes me question whether he's serious about marrying this girl or not.
I think Giannis has a good point, but Risha chose him exactly because of all that. She didn't. She likes. I think what it is, she likes those aspects of him, but she expects him to do the things a man's supposed to do when it's required.
True, it is cultural. He won't move out until he's married, but he has to show the signs that he is intending to marry her and he
hmm
has to secure a marital home.
hmm
Even Risha said that at dinner last night or whatever like meal that it was that they were eating. She's like, you've made no effort. She even sent him houses
hmm
and nothing. And I was like, wait, she sent him houses? That's not like he's supposed to be doing that.
hmm
I don't know. And I hate to say it, but it really makes me side with Lopa. If you want to see your daughter taken care of, like she's doing everything so that her daughter can fend for herself. She's providing that girl with the best education that she can give her. So she will never ever be without. But
hmm
when you also marrying her off, you want to make sure that she's going to be okay. And Vishal, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
hmm
Okay. Ay, ay, ay.
Well, she doesn't feel like he's pulling his weight. Basically, is what it is.
Yeah, it's making her question, I guess, whether he really has intentions to marry her. And that's why she gave back the ring. Because once you get that ring, things are supposed to move faster. Don't forget, like, remember when we were watching Indian Matchmaker?
hmm
This is the slow road to nowhere, this
Nowhere.
relationship. And I think that's why Risha is questioning it. It doesn't have a damn thing to do with him going out. It's his commitment to her. Because I feel that she travels down there to him more than he travels up there to her. And saying that that her mom didn't want him there, no, that's not it. Don't make her cry when you go there.
Right.
Okay. Hello, my dear.
Hello.
Did you watch the
So,
show?
a little bit. Listen, I was watching BT The Encore, and that was ripping and raving. So,
I have
I
to watch
had,
that today.
honey, that was so funny. That show is giving me, the flavor of love era of reality television. The golden years.
Yeah,
Not the golden years.
the first episode was really good. And I heard last night,
Not
it
last
was good.
night was off the chain.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
no, I watched a little bit of this. I mean, let's be honest, right?
Mhm.
The way he got so mad about sexuality, I think that might be the issue with this couple.
Mm?
Because
Explain?
remember that they went to the pool party, and at the pool party, he was upset. He was like, "Yeah, I'll punch you in the face." Da 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 da. I think that he was upset about being about a potential suitor, you know, telling his business out because I don't think he wants to be ostracized from the community.
I think it was just one extra thing that he didn't need because he was trying to deal with the problems that he was having with Risha, and she had just given him back the rings. Like, he just didn't need another issue, like a rumor questioning his sexuality, and then like what they were saying, what Dylan was saying he was doing in those rumors. Like, I think it just sent him over the edge. um do I question his sexuality? Yeah, sometimes. Do I think that he secretly likes Amrit? Yeah, sometimes. But I think in that little scenario, I think he doesn't know how to handle stress properly.
He was an
And
actor. He's used to the word "no." You know,
he
like we gotta
he
be
wasn't a good actor though.
exactly. So he heard it even more.
A blobby. Damn, so he heard
You
it
know,
even more. That's cold.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
goodness.
but no,
But
no, no. But this
no,
is the thing. We keep talking. What's his name again?
Vishal?
Vershal.
Vishal.
Vershal.
Vishal,
We
yeah.
keep talking about Vershal, but what's the girl name again?
Risha.
Risha.
Risha is the issue because Vishal would be, I guess, an Indian Pookie and Ray Ray. Because I see the
Mm-hmm.
Pookie and Ray Ray. No, maybe a Ray Sean and Daquan. My
Mm-hmm.
question is, why is Risha wasting 10 years of her life on a man who isn't
Well,
going to provide for her? And also, why is the mother of her daughters behind when I'm sure her not being married is an issue? And I would be very curious to know who Risha's dad is, what he looks like, and who's his new wife. I'd be real interested in that tea because I see a cheatating tea.
Yes, Lupa looks like someone, like a woman scorned and really
No, Lupa
burnt.
looks like Mercedes' mom. I think she cheated.
Oh,
oh, you think Lopa cheated on the dad?
I think Lopa cheated on the dad.
Oh.
what? Oh, no.
Because it's weird how you haven't even heard anything about her father. Even Monica and her sexually confused dad, you talk about her mother. But her, you haven't heard anything about her dad. Now, did her dad not migrate here too? Like, we don't know nothing.
I just don't think Lopa wants to talk about that.
No, but the way she's always in everybody else's business, and the way,
Mm-hmm.
and then too,
Mm.
she got her little. I think the real issue why she doesn't like Versailles is because she's low key a colorist. Because you remember the first season when she was talking about how she looks so European and people can't believe that she's Indian and yada yada yada. I don't know. Something about that conversation made me think, well, maybe if Versailles was a little bit more European looking, she would like him a bit better. Like if her daughter was with a white guy and who was doing the same thing, she wouldn't have that much of an issue or a lighter Indian. Because she gives me some weird vibes.
See, because
Mm.
this is kind of making sense to me. I can buy into this because here's why. Lopa's biggest issue with Vishal is that he won't be able to provide for her daughter. But let's call a thing a thing. He will always be able to provide for his daughter, for her daughter, because Rishma will make sure of it. She's given him a job. That's a successful business. And Rishma will want for nothing if she marries Vishal. So I think that's a fraudulent excuse that Lopa keeps on throwing out there. I really do. Um, eh, the colorist thing.
But you have to start to wonder because I'm sure her daughter not being married and being with that man for nearly a decade, I'm sure people are questioning her parental skills too.
Well, I think they questioned the relationship because remember when they were talking about it at the Patel house in the kitchen, and remember
Mm-hmm.
that little offhanded remark that the father Patel made? Oh, they're not speaking again. Okay, that happens all the time. Remember how he was just so blasé with brushing that off? Like, I don't think even the outsiders take this relationship seriously.
But let's talk about her because I'm sure there are issues with her and her daughter that they're not saying right now. Because
Mhm.
these two give me an MJ and Vita vibe.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Mm-hmm.
something about this relationship. I don't trust that she cares what her mother thinks. You know? Like I don't trust
Hmm.
these are valid excuses, you know?
I think she goes along with what her mother says if it's convenient for her at that moment. And I
Yeah.
say that when
Yeah.
she was talking to Vishal over the meal, and she said, if my mother told me to stop doing this, I'm going to stop doing this. Well, she wasn't saying that last year. Like, I think she's like her and her mother use each other conveniently when it suits their purpose at that time.
Well, let's talk
For
about her.
for
And
me
you don't have
though,
to
with Lopa,
oh go ahead.
Mhm.
For me with Lopa is this: the way Lopa acts. I really feel she has always been this way. Do I think something happened to her to make her this way?
Mhm.
Yes. So I do with her get a sense of guardedness and a tough exterior, but this is who she is. And for her to do the things she does and says, she means it. And I don't want to make I'm not going to make excuse for her. I think she means everything she says. Like, look at how last season, how she badmouthed Vishal to someone she didn't know, had no clue who this man was. But then when confronted on this by Rishma, she completely denied everything. So she's very manipulative, and she's taught this to her daughter. She's taught this to her daughter, and her daughter has learned these ways because she will emotionally black. She uses emotional blackmail of Vishal to keep him around. She wants to make it out like, oh, like there's something about him that draws him back in. Like, no, you know this man loves you, and you're going to emotionally manipulate him to do whatever you want, and you learned that from your mama. Let's just call
Mhm.
a thing on that. Let's not
Mhm.
play
No, but
pretend.
I think it's deeper. I'd be curious to know if she married into money or had money. Because if she married
Mm,
into money, that may be why she has that chip on her shoulder.
Or wait, what about this? I think you have a point here with regards to the money because Lopa is very money driven. Lopa had or has a very good career, and she
hmm
traveled a lot and she made a lot of money and she did it on her own. I
Hmm.
wonder if that was the cause of the breakup of her marriage, or if she had that career after her marriage because she didn't have anything and she had to then work and hustle to get her career. That's what I think. And eh, again, like I think she thinks she can control people with her money.
No,
Maybe
I don't
even
think
try
that's
to
what it is.
control Risha.
No,
You know,
Risha, here's the thing with Risha, and I'm sure this is an issue with them too. Risha is not conventionally beautiful. I'm sorry I said it. Compared to the other girls on the show, she's very plain looking, and even if you dress her up, she's still very plain. She, the way that her mother carries herself, I can see that being an issue. When you have a mother who's very superficial, very vain,
mhm.
and her mother doesn't feel like she can do better, low key, but doesn't want to say it.
I think Lopa thinks her daughter should be able to do better than Vishal. And I'm wondering if she doesn't like I don't think I wonder if it just has to do with the family and not per se Vishal, or if it is Vishal just by himself. That's what I can't
No,
figure out.
she likes Vishal's face in the sense that he's attractive, and people look at him and they say, "Wow, he was an actor." But what she is realizing is she thought that her daughter's accomplishment would get her a better looking man because she's very vain, and for her to say that she was European, that was code word for I want a lighter skinned man for her to marry.
Hey, Ablavi, um, we're getting some comments in the chat. Is it possible for you to lower your volume a bit?
Hold on, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Guys, we apologize for the different volumes. StreamYard is a thing, so sorry about that. But let us know if it's continuing and who you think it is. Yeah, and thank you, Yanni. Don't forget, one of our panelists is outside, so you're going to hear some extra noise as well. So just bear with us, or just watch us on the replay if this is
Let's go
too
back to the
much for
money.
you.
Let's go back to the money thing.
Mhm.
Do we think that the way Lopa is acting out, do you think Lopa? Okay. Let me put it this way. I think Lopa married the man she married had money, but then when he left or she left, I have a feeling that he left. I really do. That he probably left her with nothing because it sounds like she had to build her business from the ground up, and she seems to be a little bit bitter about having to be a single mother,
Mhm.
and having to build a business. That's the way it's coming
Mhm.
across. So I'm kind of leaning with you guys on the money part.
Yeah.
I really am at this point. I have to go with you on that.
I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna edge towards money with regards to Lopa's issues. I'm gonna keep the looks as a secondary thing.
Or maybe, do you think that on the other hand, do you think her husband was a Vishal type, who she felt couldn't
Maybe.
support, who could not support her and her child, so
And
she
that's
left
why,
him?
yes, and that's why I want to know if, because Lopa is a very aggressive
Mhm.
professionally. She seems very aggressive. She could do sales in a heartbeat. And that's why I'm wondering if she was working when she was married, which would be odd because all of these Indian aunties are housewives, except for Rishma, who has her business.
Mhm.
I wonder if her working broke up her marriage or if she started working after her marriage, because both of them could lead to why she behaves like this with regards to her daughter and her relationship.
I think she worked after. I think she worked
Mm.
after.
Mm.
But even if she, because if she worked during her marriage, it wouldn't have bothered so much for the man to be a provider. Yes, she would want him to, but when you're left with nothing, you put a drive in your child like never before.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But she did that with her education, don't you think?
Yeah, Risa did very well. Listen, she
Mm-hmm.
did very well in raising that girl as a single mother. It's
Mm-hmm.
just weird how nobody talks about it. Like none of the aunties and nothing's, being slipped up about her father.
True.
Do you guys feel that maybe since Lopa appears to be the only auntie that's divorced, do you think that they kind of look down upon her, and she feels like not a part of the group? Because if you when you see the conversations like throughout the show, you notice all the aunties talk to each other, right? Like they all say
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we've been friends for this long many years. Like we love each other. We're like sisters." But none of them really talk to Lopa.
Patel mom does, because remember she said
But
that
but if you go back to last season, no one really
mhm.
talked to her.
Right, and then go back to last season. Old Monica, remember
Mm.
her dad said that he isolates. I'm gonna put you on mute for a minute, okay, Ablavi?
Sorry.
Sorry. Whoops. Sorry. Wrong mute button, guys. Remember, Monica's dad said that he isolated himself from shame of his divorce from
Mhm.
everybody, and he felt like they would not want him around because of his divorce and his failure. Lopa, I wonder where she was when she got the divorce. Was she in Miami with the rest of the community, or was she in Tennessee already, or did she move away to isolate
Yeah.
herself?
Right.
Because once she left the Miami home, she removed herself from that.
Mhm.
The rest of the aunties.
I wonder. I wonder if when she got a divorce, I want to know who. I'm with you on the blobby. I want to know who her ex husband is because I wonder, was this man a pillar in their community and it was a scandal and that's why she left.
And what if he's still there? What if he's still there? And that's the real reason why
Mm.
that she didn't want a lot of people to know that she bought a place there.
Mm-hmm.
It's very intriguing. So everything boils down to who Risha's dad is.
Yes, I think knowing who he is and the circumstances of the divorce would tell us a lot.
And look, even Montana agrees with us. Lopa doesn't live there, so she's not going to be as close to them.
Mm-hmm.
But Patel mom, she has great respect for Lopa because in her business, it took her to the Midwest. And that's where Patel's mom, a lot of her family is, and they all know Auntie Lopa out there and they respect her. So like, and that's basically who she deals with the most when she comes to Miami is Patel mom.
Right, and I wonder. Oh, I'm I'm just intrigued now because I wonder if her husband is related to one of the families.
Wouldn't it be funny if he was related to Risma and that's why she can't get along with Risma?
Yeah, because there's too much. I understand this is a family show, so to speak, but this situation with her seems very personal.
Mm-hmm.
And I know the kids were involved, but the fact that they're so secretive about Risha's dad, it just intrigues me, and I want to know what's going on with that.
Mm-mm-mm. Any other comments from you, Oblavi? Let me see. Oblavi? I think we might have lost Oblavi. Yep, we
No.
lost Oblavi.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so guys, this was an interesting oh wait, that last final discussion that Lopa had with Vishal. I had a huge problem with it because he asked her, "Why didn't you want me to know that you had a condo down here?" And she turned around and twisted it to, "You can't tell me where to spend my money." That's not what he was saying. To me, it's like he felt hurt that he heard you said that you didn't want him to know you had someplace down there.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's supposed to be your future son-in-law and you're keeping secrets from him.
Mm-hmm.
It had nothing to do with how you spend your coin, miss.
Right.
You just didn't want to answer how, the mess that you're doing.
Exactly.
Hey, sorry about that.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I just think this show is ridiculous.
You do? Why?
Because they're not telling the whole truth.
But I think that gives us some intrigue.
Well, listen, I don't really care if they get married or not. I don't think they should because
Mm-mm.
they're just not compatible. Like, that's too
No.
much of an issue. Can you imagine what his mother's going to be like when they have children?
Oof.
Oh.
But she doesn't want kids, though. She said
But
that.
that's a problem, too. How are you going to, like, they all, like, I don't care who those aunties are.
I have a question.
They all want kids. Well, grandkids,
Right,
sorry.
I have a question. Do you guys really? Here's my thing. For some reason, this couple to me feels like they're only staying together because they're comfortable. Because they seem to be on two different paths.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, they should break up.
he wants kids. It's like he wants kids. She's like, I'm not having no kids. Like
But
that's
here's
a
the
huge thing.
and I hate to say this, I think he can do better, and I think he will do better, and I think he will get somebody, and then her mother will be even more of a nightmare for her.
You know what? I'm gonna agree with you on that, Ablavi. I don't I don't see the chemistry between Risha and Vishal. I'm sorry, I just don't see any chemistry between them. I think they're together because it's comfortable. It's familiar. And she's probably too lazy to find anybody else. And him, I think all the aunties should get together and find him somebody else. honestly, because this is just too difficult with how Lopa is behaving. Um, who wants to sign up for an eternity of that? I don't know.
Okay, since we talked about this to death, I just wanted to give a little Beverly Hills thing.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal is so attention seeking. It is disgusting. It is disgusting. And I don't like when people do that. When they can't win an argument, then they put on something like, listen, bulimia is a big problem and it's a big issue, but I can't stand when somebody sits here and puts their medical history in the mix when you telling them about themselves. And I don't like this whole pretending to understand politics from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh, you mean their little election party thing?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they were really paying attention to anything that was going on the TVs. They were basically talking about the divorce and yeah, and then they had the fight between Dorit and Kyle, right? That's
Another
all
boring
that happened.
thing.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about Garcelle and her fashions. Garcelle really is trying to be a background dancer for Beyonce Lemonade album. Every outfit looks like it's from that album. I just can't with her. And I can't with the hats. I need Garcelle to get a stylist. You know? Her house looks tacky, her clothes look tacky. She got to do us better than this.
Mm-mm. But wait, I forgot the one thing in that show. What did y'all think of Crystal's $95,000 Hermes bag?
You know, this is my petty self. I said, oh my gosh, she went and got a bag when she went to Paris secondhand. That was me. I didn't even think it was new.
Stop. Bobby, stop it.
No, listen, I don't like her. She was fishing for. Listen, if you can't play nice, nasty, don't get on this show. And then her and her husband and this, I really was sitting here going, oh my gosh, is he Jerry Bruckheimer? The way we just had to keep talking about what he did. Lion King is what, 25 years ago?
Yeah.
Why nobody ain't mentioning Stuart Little, which was about 20 years ago?
I mean, listen, if he had said, I did Finding Nemo, I did Lion King, I'd be like, yes. But when most your net worth is in your house,
I don't know.
and then too with Crystal, I know the children have to be on the show. I really do. But the screaming and crying is not for me. I do not want to sit here in my house and go, am I at Target right now?
Oh my God.
It's bad enough we get that from Dorit.
Well, at least her
And
kids
then,
are telling her off.
yeah. And then, Rena is shameless. Rena is shameless. I think that Amelia really helped out Kyle for coming out about her bulimia because she's just shameless, that woman.
But you know what this is, right? This is just a setup for the whole Amelia Scott Disick storyline.
Oof.
That's all that's about, in my opinion. Because you have to get you can't just have Amelia popping up with Scott later on the season out of nowhere. You have to set it up, and she did a good job setting it up.
But
And
that's not going to
I'm
be a
ready
major
for
story, right? No. I can't
get
see
it.
that. Oh, God, no.
I'm
Mm-mm.
waiting for my favorite storyline will be the felon and the housewife. I cannot wait for the felon and the housewife.
One in the house. Which one is that? You mean Erica?
Erica and
I have no hope for Erica. I have no
Mm-mm.
hope for them sharing anything about that divorce, the case, anything. I don't. And maybe that's why her lawyers got rid of her because maybe they didn't even want her to be on this season at all. I don't
well,
know.
I'm gonna go. I gotta finish watching the encore for when I go live later because That was I gotta stay in the BET room. I can't be doing Bravo. Y'all
Yeah.
enjoy your
Not
What
the
afternoon.
B,
time is
not the
your
B, not the
show?
BET, not the BET room. A Blavia out here creating rooms now.
What time are you going on, Ablavi?
Probably like 7:30.
Okay,
Okay.
that's a good
All
time
right.
for me. It's a good time.
All right. Bye.
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 Don't forget to check out Ablavi's channel on YouTube, Ablavi M, and I think Jamal, you gave the link
Hmm.
earlier in the chat.
Yes.
And then Andy defends Erica even after the lawyer situation. Yep. Well, did we expect any better from Andy? Yanni? Did we? I mean, I didn't. Any other highlights in this episode?
In this episode, I'm not sure if anyone else is feeling the same way, but if is Anisha necessary on this show?
Well, if Anisha is not necessary, then take Dylan with her because those
Agreed. Yeah,
wannabe thirst
they can
trap
go.
pictures that they took at their beach condo. Okay.
No,
Mm-mm.
they can both go. They can be besties as friends of the show. I don't need you as main cast
But
because
they're
you
almost
gave me
performing
nothing.
like friends.
Hmm?
They're almost performing like friends.
I mean, I understand that they're friends. I get
No,
it,
I mean
but
friends of the show.
oh, got you,
Like
got you,
you
got you.
said, it feels like that.
I mean, Anisha, you freezing your eggs is like okay, that's cool, but we've seen this in other stories, so we've seen the storyline on other shows, so it's not new or unique. It might be different in Indian culture. That's great, but what more are you gonna give me? And Dylan, what are you gonna give me more than like gossip? I no.
Actually, if she goes out with that boy that she had the Zoom date with, Anish,
Mhm.
I would be down for that because it would be Anish and Anisha.
But I mean, she's a sour ball.
She
I'm sorry,
is,
she is.
but he seems like friendly, so that maybe they can like date, get married, and then she could go home and be with the babies, and we could get Anisha on the show.
Okay, if we can get Anisha on the show, I might watch her.
Oh, I wasn't planning on watching her anyway. I'd go home and have the babies and just bring on Anish. I liked him from the Zoom call.
Yeah, he was great. He was. I'm like, y'all did this to him. That was my first thought. Like, why y'all do
Oh
this to him? That was my
no,
first thought.
he could put the 4 babies on her and we would never see her
Right.
again. Chitra will be with her, and Grandpa will be with her trying to deal with them
Mhm.
4 kids, and Anisha would be with us, with Vishal and all of us, and Brian partying.
That's what we need.
Mm-hmm.
Good thought, Debbie. But
Mm-hmm.
how can we make it so like Anisha doesn't mess this up though? That's the
Remove her
thing. That's the
vocal
thing.
cords. Just remove her vocal cords. No more talking.
It's just she kind of dry, and you know what? Last season I liked her because she did have a dry wit,
Mm-hmm.
but I wanted some more out of her, like a little bit more like upbeatness. But this is no. I really really hope they continue with another Zoom date and then go on a real date because I want
Mm-hmm.
to see her. You know what it is with her? I want Anisha to have some business of her own. I want her to have someone of her own who she can pour her energy into. Because I feel she needs someone to pour her energy into, and I feel like she needs like that outside support to push
Mm-hmm.
her in her business. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's probably what she needs. She needs someone. She needs a partner. She needs a partner in crime that's there for her, who's down for her, and who can like really complete her, for lack of a better word.
You mean when you say partner, like boyfriend, husband, right?
Someone with her. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
because I think she's growing a bit bitter about being at the age that she's at. No man, no family, and I'm sure Chitra is just hounding her all the time. Well, didn't the grandpa say that her eggs was going to turn to dust or something?
Somebody
Like,
said it.
yeah, like the pressure's on her and it's turning her bitter.
You know what,
She seems
Montana?
unhappy.
I think
Yeah.
what it is with her is I think they were together for like that guy was together for like 12 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to think about it. She like was with him for 12 years, not married, no kids, and then she hasn't been in a serious relationship for another 3 years. Obviously, no man, no marriage, no kids. So for her, she's basically wasted 15 years of her life. I mean, that can turn someone kind of cold and bitter. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping she understands, like, these things happen. It's okay. And I like the fact that she went on the Zoom date and that the aunties helped her. They did all the investigations. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping this works out for her. I really do.
Yeah.
I think in her head, I think she's very sad that she's looking at like I've wasted all these years, and I've wasted all these years, and I don't have my business on top of it. So like, what am I doing?
Yeah. I think that if somebody was mowing her lawn and laying her pipe, like she'd be a little bit happier and she wouldn't be in everybody else's business.
Mm-hmm. Because she would be like, Bali, I ain't got time for this. I gotta go. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh, but after 5 years, people would know that something was wrong with the relationship. Again, but Yanni, like I think she's got like the or had the Risha syndrome. Like you just stayed because it was convenient or comfortable. You become complacent. You become complacent in it. That person is just there like your TV stand or something, a piece
And
of
her parents
furniture.
and her parents liked him.
Mm-hmm.
That was another factor.
Yep. But anywho, let's hope that she gets through with Anish. I liked him a lot. I think that I don't think there was anything else we had on this episode. What do you think, Jamal?
No, it was solid. It was overall solid. Lopa's gonna be Lopa,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just what it's gonna be.
I would like to learn more about her
Right.
situation, though. It,
Yeah.
it it'll help clear up a lot of questions that we all have. Like I wasn't even thinking about it until we had this conversation, and now I have like tons of questions. Oh wait, what did you think about Amrit and his dad at the gun range? How he got a shotgun and like don't know how to use it? Gun laws, people.
Like he's like, yeah, I got a gun. I was like, okay, okay, Pops is not playing. And to hear his story was like, wow.
Yes, his background story, like
Oof.
his dad's brother, they had a disagreement and took everything and they wound up like
Homeless.
penniless. Yeah. But look at him now though,
Right.
with a gun. Okay.
But don't know how to use it.
I know. Remember I said I was going to go and try and find out where it was that they lived? I'm not going anymore. I'm just not. And it was nice seeing old Monica and her dad in the car. He's so cute. And I think next week we get to see her mom for the first time.
Right.
That should be interesting. That's not an excuse to get a gun. No, it isn't.
It
It
isn't.
isn't. I don't think he used that as an excuse to get a gun. I just think he wants to protect himself. That's all. Did you notice a lot is coming out about Jenna Keel? Maybe she's coming back. Andy even mentioned her. I think that's cyclical because we all, at least once a year, we always hear a bunch of stuff about Jenna and get updates on her and her daughter. And because I think she had a baby not too long ago. Like we always hear about Jenna and her family.
I like Gina though.
Or point and shoot. Yeah, they are point and shoot. I love old Monica dad. I do too. I want him to go to India and buy me a bunch of jewelry and saris. Just saying. That's a good daddy. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today. Tomorrow, we are going to be talking about our favorite show, Married at First Sight Australia. It's coming
Yep.
to the final 3 episodes.
Ooh.
These are going to be good.
Yep.
I'm so excited. I'm squealing like a pig. So join us tomorrow at 2 p.m. Are we doing Mama June? Was that new this week?
I think so. I'll have to rewatch just to double check.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it too. Okay, so we're doing Maths Australia at 2, and if Mama June was a new episode last Friday, we'll do that at 3 o'clock. Those are Eastern times, 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. If there's any other comments that you have, please leave them in the comment section below. Let us know what you think about Lopa. Like this was a deep conversation that we had about Lopa, Vishal, and Richa. Let us know your thoughts on it in the comments below. I'm intrigued to get more of your viewpoints. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, the subscribe, and notification bell. My friend Jamal.
We're good. Until
We're
next
good?
time.
Until next time.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.